I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you.
What I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab.
And it's exciting. You know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox, southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside. And he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting.
Few boxing matchups stir as much discussion as a possible clash between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence "Bud" Crawford. Both fighters stand at the top of their generations. Experts and fans alike often debate who would come out on top if these two legends ever met in the ring. The talk goes beyond skill alone. It's also about legacy. Mayweather's unmatched precision against Crawford's adaptability and relentless drive.
Probably one of the greatest. He's done shit that Floyd Mayweather ain't done.
Like what?
Like what?
For the audience that don't know.
He is a two-time
undisputed.
undisputed champion. Floyd wasn't a one-time undisputed champion. So he has all the belts in one division and then moved up and got all the belts in another division. I don't know if that's ever happened in the history of boxing.
Yes, and he beat the man.
And he beat the man. Let's give Terence Crawford his flowers because everything he said he was going to do,
He done it.
he did.
Floyd Mayweather ended his career with a spotless 50-0 record, one of the most impressive in boxing history. He built his legacy with major victories over top fighters in 5 different weight divisions. His skill in shutting down both powerful punchers and strategic boxers became the stuff of legend.
Mayweather stopped Conor McGregor in the 10th round to improve to 50-0 in what he says will be his final fight. I actually believe him this time, Max. What's his legacy?
Well, he's one of the great pure boxers who ever lived. He is never cheated himself. He always was in condition. He had no off nights. That's why he won every fight. It's one of the reasons. Because he's one of the best to ever do it, and because he was always prepared over a very long amateur and pro career. Amazing. Another reason is he carefully selected opponents, knew when and where and when and who to fight, and basically changed the paradigm in boxing. I'll translate. He flipped the script. I mean, really, boxing is basically, and this is just the way it is, and I'm a huge boxing fan, and I make no apologies about it, but it is fans and networks essentially exploiting fighters. That's how it works. We demand a level of dedication and risk-taking with your health that's insane, right? Like, someone's getting their head beaten every which way, and if you quit, you don't have heart. You can't be a great fighter, which is true, by the way. It's a blood sport. And usually fighters wind up broke and punch drunk. And Floyd Mayweather flipped the script. He said, no, I'm not going to let the game play me. I'm going to play the game.
Terence Crawford, on the other hand, has built one of the most complete careers of this generation. He's become an undisputed champion in multiple divisions and shown he can adjust to any opponent's style. His switch-hitting ability, explosive power, and sharp ring IQ have made him a tough puzzle for anyone to solve. His dominance at welterweight has placed him firmly in pound-for-pound discussions, with only Mayweather's legacy still casting a shadow. Many fighters and veterans have shared their opinions on how a matchup between them would unfold.
Crawford side, all the legacy, meaning he only has the opportunity to win the belts. Saul only has an opportunity to defend them. Terence Crawford has an opportunity to be in a 5 division and the only person to win all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Why is Saul taking this fight? And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's some things in life more important than just the belts. And that 20-year career that Terence Crawford made, that all that he has, is very valuable. Very, very valuable. He had 1 foot out the game. And if he can be the man to defeat him, because remember, if Saul beats him, Terence Crawford was the first man to get all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Yes, I beat that champion. Yes, I beat the multiple division champion. And he had the...
Oscar de la Hoya, who once faced Mayweather in the ring, recently said he still believes Floyd is the better fighter. He pointed to Mayweather's unbeaten record and technical brilliance as proof that no one matches him in direct comparison. De La Hoya's view echoes the respect many from the older generation have for Mayweather's flawless resume and consistent success at the top level. On the other hand, Canelo Alvarez, who fought Mayweather in 2013 and more recently went up against Crawford, sparked debate by claiming Crawford is far better than Mayweather. He praised Crawford's intelligence, adaptability, and the quality of his recent wins. Coming from a man who's shared the ring with both, Canelo's words carry significant weight.
To disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like, he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. But I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford. Not just because he beat me and it was a close fight, whatever, you know, or that I stepped in the ring with Mayweather, but I really feel that technically Mayweather's a better fighter.
You faced Mayweather, what, you were 23 years old, I believe?
23.
And
Just
again,
turned 23.
yeah, you just turned 23. You didn't have a lot of seasoning. I know people say, oh, he had a lot of fights. Well, you didn't have an amateur career. You started boxing at 15 as a pro,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you gave up the weight concession. You gave up the rehydration clause. And I always thought if you would have faced him, you know, with some more seasoning, it would have gone differently.
You know, he deserved the position in the moment because, you know, Floyd Mayweather is one of the best fighters in the boxing history, and he deserved the position in that moment. You know, I try to make history, and I try to put myself in the very top in that moment, but for some reason doesn't happen, right? And yeah, like you say, if I had that fight with Miguel Angel Cotto first and all these kind of fights and then fight Mayweather, maybe go in the different way. But you know, we never gonna know, and I learned what from that fight, and like I say, things happen for a reason.
Shane Mosley, another veteran who went the full 12 rounds with Mayweather, leans toward Crawford in this imagined matchup. He believes Crawford's all-around skill set makes him more dangerous and complete than Floyd. Mosley's view reflects the insight of those who have experienced Mayweather's style up close. His brilliance is unquestionable, but Crawford offers angles and tools that Floyd never had to face.
Who thinks better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moving weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. You know, been hard for Mayweather to counter maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, it's, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Shane Mosley has also made it clear that while he respects Crawford's complete skill set, Floyd Mayweather is far from an easy opponent. He's repeatedly said that Mayweather's defensive genius and unmatched discipline make him one of the toughest challenges the sport has ever seen.
Surprised about his power. When you attack Floyd, he has a way of making you run into it and you feel the power, like a collision. But when you kind of box away from him, yes, he has power, but not like he does when you're trying to attack him. He's not weak, he's strong. Like I say, he trains hard and he does all the things you're supposed to do as a fighter or as a champion to be the best.
Mosley faced Floyd in 2010 and even managed to hurt him badly in the second round. But he later admitted that after that moment, Floyd quickly adjusted, took control, and never gave him another clear opening. That experience shaped how Mosley sees both fighters. He admires Crawford's size, switch hitting, and offensive variety, but he also knows from personal experience that Floyd is a master at shutting down even the most dangerous opponents.
Everybody talk about Shane Cardi, but what was the issue? Shane started hesitating. Why did Shane hesitate? Because he took the best shot and he stood there, held on tight, and on top of that, made Shane feel his strength, and came back out like nothing happened the previous round. Right. But still stone cold. Right. And then Shane ends up being the one hesitating, waiting, and the fight get away from him.
I'm saying Shane hit me with a hell of a shot. Okay. Actually, 2 shots. Okay. But even in that particular round, what I said to Shane was this. I was like,
You dead self said something to him when you grabbed
I said, you gotta kill me.
Oh, shit. I wasn't ready, Floyd.
I said, that was a good one. I said, that was a good one, but you gotta kill me. Wow. I said, you gotta kill me. And did I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I meant it.
Andre Ward, a close friend of Crawford and a former champion himself, has strongly defended Crawford against those who say his achievements don't compare to Mayweather's. Ward highlights Crawford's adaptability, technical skill, and ability to break down top-level opponents as clear evidence that he deserves to be mentioned alongside the greats.
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots,
my favorite.
It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I can bet the house on is Bud, because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes, but this and this, it's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there currently. There's a lot of guys that talk it, but until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have. You don't even really know what you have.
Ward has even gone as far as calling Crawford the greatest of this generation. He's been one of Bud's most vocal supporters, not just because of their friendship, but because he believes Crawford's record, dominance, and versatility stand out in today's boxing world. After Crawford's decisive win over Errol Spence Jr., Ward openly said that Bud had earned the right to be recognized as the best fighter of this era.
And we just seen Terence Crawford create greatness and beat Canelo Alvarez tonight. What was your thoughts on that performance from Terence?
Terence Crawford is great performance, man. He's been doing this throughout the course of his career. The stakes were a lot different in this fight, a lot more danger. He had to fight that kind of fight in order to beat Canelo Alvarez tonight, and he did that at 37, but getting ready to be 38 years old. And he proved, like Max said, that he is the GOAT of this generation. Hats off to Canelo for taking the fight. He didn't have to take it. Hats off to Turkey Al-Sheikhs for putting it together. Just a great night for boxing.
Yeah. How special a fighter is someone like Terence Crawford? There was no signs of a size disadvantage there. How special?
You can see it in spots, but it wasn't significant. And I didn't think it was going to be significant. And people call me crazy, but I've been around Terence. He's strong. He's got a wrestling background, and people don't realize that he's been boiling himself down all these years and still being successful, not having to do that. His condition seemed impeccable, and his strength was there, the power was there enough to get respect from Canelo. So what more can I say?
What would you like to see him do next? Do you think there's another fight after this?
I'd like to see him be done. What are we boxing for at this point? What else is there to do? There's always going to be a YouTuber or a reporter or somebody conjuring up another challenge. We box to get ourselves in a better financial position, to build a name and a legacy. Those boxes are checked. What else are we doing?
Yeah, brilliant.
Why are we still in the game?
Yeah, I get it. Andre, always good to talk to you. Appreciate it.
Mayweather has spoken about Crawford with a mix of respect and pride. He's praised Crawford for his major victories, especially his dominant performance against Errol Spence Jr., but he also makes sure to remind fans of his own unmatched record and long reign at the top. As always, Floyd sees himself as the standard every fighter is measured against. That balance between admiration and protecting his legacy is natural. Mayweather has always taken pride in being seen as the best of his time, and the idea that a younger fighter might challenge that legacy keeps the debate alive.
I really like both of those guys. A lot. You know, I had a chance to hang around Earl. I had a chance to hang around Terence. And both guys, class act. It would look like I'm leaning towards one guy because I boxed one guy before.
It was beautiful to watch, but also tough to watch to see what happened to Errol. Obviously, we don't wish that on,
Nobody.
The
best man won. If I was training him or I was in his corner, I don't think he should be fighting at 147 at all. I don't think he should be fighting at 154.
Really?
I think he should be fighting at 160 or 168.
Wow.
That's just my honest opinion.
Roy Jones Jr. has been outspoken about placing Terence Crawford at or near the top of today's pound-for-pound rankings. He's praised Crawford's long run of dominance and called him the current pound-for-pound king, with only Naoya Inoue close behind. Roy has also been critical of Mayweather's legacy, saying that while Floyd is an all-time great, there are fighters whose prime skills and styles could have given him more trouble than many believe. When discussing Crawford versus Canelo, Roy described Crawford as a great smaller fighter who can beat bigger, top-level opponents, implying that he sees Crawford as someone capable of handling challenges like Mayweather once did.
In your opinion,
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10, because he definitely has the skill of a top 5, just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get, and that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought, we just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, that's the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best opposition near our weight class.
There's been discussion that maybe, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for like pound for pound, that maybe Inoue because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donaire. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times. He lost nobody. Don't tell me he better than Bud.
Tim Bradley has openly said that Terence Crawford would beat a prime Floyd Mayweather. He believes Crawford's versatility, timing, power, strength, and ability to adjust give him the tactical edge. Still, Bradley has great respect for Mayweather, calling him one of his all-time favorite fighters and praising his defense, footwork, speed, and agility. Before the Canelo versus Crawford bout, Bradley warned that if Canelo lost to Crawford, it would hurt his legacy more than a loss to someone like David Benavidez. He noted that Crawford is moving up 2 weight classes and is older than many of his opponents, so if Canelo were to lose under those circumstances, the backlash wouldn't just be about that one fight. It would fuel questions about whether Canelo is past his prime or avoiding tough challenges.
Yes, it will be a competitive fight, but Crawford, master thinker just like Floyd. What the advantage that Floyd has is that he has great defense. The advantage that Crawford has is that he not only can fight orthodox, he can also he's versatile. He can switch to the southpaw stance. And we all know that Floyd don't like to fight southpaws. We know that. What happens when you have a guy just as smart as you are and able to make adjustments like Crawford? What happens when you have a guy that can hurt you with either hand? A guy that's powerful and strong like Crawford. A guy that's quick as Crawford. A guy that can fight you in the pocket. A guy that knows how to execute that Philly shell. He knows how to bust through that. He'll have enough to beat Floyd, and he'll have enough to gain respect and hurt Floyd too. I don't think he knocks him out, but I think he'll win in close decisions. Hey, I want to know what...
After defeating Canelo Alvarez, Crawford spoke to reporters at the post-fight press conference, addressing his critics directly. He said people had always doubted him, claiming he wasn't good enough to beat a fighter like Canelo. "Now that I've done it, what can they say?" he asked. Crawford called it a defining victory over a man who had never lost at super middleweight. He also pointed out that the atmosphere favored Canelo, with the media and crowd clearly on his side, but said that it didn't shake his focus. In fact, the doubts and noise only pushed him to perform even better.
What was his power like? Have you been hit by anybody that strong before?
I've been hit harder.
No, in a real fight, not a sparring.
In a real fight. Not Avanesian, but Mean Machine hit harder than Canelo, to me. To be honest.
Congratulations.
In a recent interview, Floyd Mayweather Jr. hinted that a return to professional boxing could actually happen, especially with his exhibition fight against Mike Tyson scheduled for spring 2026. Speaking to TMZ, he said that while nothing is confirmed, there have been discussions about the possibility. Mayweather added that he feels great, stays in shape, and wants to give fans something special. Whether he's willing to risk his perfect record is still unknown, but for the first time in years, Floyd has openly left the door slightly open for a comeback.
This was your life for so long with Floyd fighting this guy, fighting Manny, fighting Conor, and all those, you were just at the center of all these talks for so many years. It's exciting to be back there again. Any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
Let's own it. Let's own it. It's been talks. It's possible.
Floyd's brilliance or Bud's determination? Who truly deserves the crown?